Stop chasing. Stop texting first. Stop begging for attention. The moment you chase something, it runs away. This is a fundamental law of nature. Whether it is a woman, a friend, or an opportunity, when you chase, you signal desperation. And desperation stinks. It repels people. You think you are showing interest, but you are actually showing weakness. You're telling the world, I have no value, so I must beg for yours. That ends today. In this video, I will teach you the law of detachment. I will show you how to flip the dynamic completely, so you stop being the hunter and start being the prize. By the end of this video, you will understand why silence is your most dangerous weapon and why the only way to get what you want is to be willing to walk away from it. If you are ready to regain your dignity, stay with me. The psychology of chasing. Let us begin by understanding the mechanics of your behavior. Why do you chase? Why do you feel that burning urge to double text, to call, to ask for approval, or to constantly check if they have seen your story? It is not because you love them. It is because you do not love yourself. Chasing is a symptom of a deep, primal insecurity. It is your subconscious mind screaming, I am not enough on my own, so I need this external validation to feel complete. But here is the brutal truth about human psychology. We despise what is easy. We are wired by evolution to value what is scarce, difficult, and rare. Think about gold or diamonds. If diamonds were as common as rocks on the ground, nobody would care about them. They are valuable only because they are hard to get. When you chase someone, whether it is a romantic partner, a potential client, or a friend, you are voluntarily lowering your own market value. You're becoming the rock on the ground. You're telling them, I am always available. I have no other options. My time is worth nothing. And what happens when you signal low value? They instinctively pull away. It is a reflex. They may not even understand why they are losing interest, but they will feel it in their gut. You become suffocating. You become a burden. You kill the mystery that attraction requires to survive. True power exists in the ability to stand still. Imagine a king. Does the king run after his subjects begging for attention? No. The king sits on his throne, occupied with his own purpose, and the world revolves around him. By chasing, you are abdicating your throne. You are acting like a peasant when you should be acting like a king. To stop chasing is not a game. It is a fundamental shift in how you view your own existence. You must realize that you are the prize, and prizes do not chase the winner. The power of silence. Once you understand that chasing signals weakness, you must learn the antidote. The antidote is silence. Most men are terrified of silence. They feel an awkward pressure to fill every gap in a conversation with noise, jokes, or stories about themselves. They vomit words because they are afraid that if they stop talking, the other person will lose interest. This is a fatal error. When you overshare, you destroy your own mystique. You give away all your cards before the game has even started. The law of detachment requires you to be comfortable in the void. Imagine you are on a date or in a negotiation, and there is a pause. The amateur panics and starts babbling. The master sits back, maintains eye contact, and stays completely silent. Do you know what happens in that silence? The other person's anxiety begins to rise. They start wondering, what is he thinking? Is he judging me? Did I say something wrong? To relieve this tension, they will start talking. They will start chasing you. They will reveal their true intentions, their insecurities, and their desire for your validation. Silence is not just the absence of noise. It is a vacuum that pulls people towards you. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak." But in the modern world, this is a weapon. When you are the one listening, you are the one gathering intelligence. You are the predator watching from the tall grass, while the loudmouth is the prey making noise in the open. Stop telling people everything about your life. Stop updating your status every time you go to the gym. Stop explaining yourself. When you become a ghost, when you become unreadable, people become obsessed with figuring you out. We are naturally drawn to puzzles we cannot solve. Be the puzzle. Let them project their fantasies onto your silence. While they are busy trying to impress you, you maintain the upper hand simply by saying nothing. This is how you flip the script. You replace the desperate energy of the chaser with the magnetic gravity of the mountain, the walk-away power. There is a fundamental rule in business, in war, and in love. The person who is most willing to walk away holds all the power. This is the ultimate negotiation tactic. If you need the deal, you will lose. If you need the girl, you will act weak. If you need the validation, you will become a slave to it. The moment you are terrified of losing someone, you have already lost them. Why? Because fear makes you compromise your standards. You start accepting disrespect. You start tolerating bad behavior. You lower your boundaries just to keep them around. And the moment you do that, their respect for you vanishes. Nobody respects a man who has no spine. To stop chasing, you must develop a ruthless willingness to burn the bridge. You must look at the situation and say to yourself, I want this, but I do not need it. If this person does not meet my standards, I will turn my back and never look around. This is not arrogance. It is self-preservation. When you possess the strength to walk away, your energy shifts completely. You are no longer grasping. You are evaluating. You are no longer begging. You are choosing. People can smell this. It is a pheromone of high status. When a woman or a potential partner realizes that you are not afraid to lose them, they suddenly become afraid of losing you. This is the paradox of attachment. To keep something, you must be willing to let it go. You must detach your happiness from the outcome. If they stay, good. If they leave, good. You remain unshaken. You remain whole. This is the invincible fortress the Stoics spoke of. When your inner peace is not dependent on someone else's presence, you become dangerous. You become free. And ironically, that freedom is the most attractive trait a man can possess, becoming the prize. Now we must address the economic reality of your value. Everything in this world is governed by the law of supply and demand. It is an inescapable truth. If the supply of something is high, the value drops. If the supply is low, the value skyrockets. This applies to gold, it applies to real estate, and it applies to you. Most men operate with an unlimited supply mindset. They give their attention away for free. They respond instantly to every notification. They clear their schedule the moment someone asks to hang out. They are flooding the market with their presence. And just like printing too much money causes inflation, giving too much attention causes your value to crash. You become cheap. To flip the dynamic and stop chasing, you must artificially manufacture scarcity. You must become a limited resource. This does not mean playing hard to get. That is a childish game. It means being hard to get because you are actually busy building a life. When you are genuinely focused on your mission, your gym routine, and your business, you do not have time to sit on your phone and wait for a reply. Your time becomes expensive because it is scarce. Think about the psychology of investment. People value what they have to work for. If you give a person everything they want without them earning it, they will get bored. It is human nature. We want the prize at the top of the mountain, not the pebble at the bottom. When you stop chasing and start focusing on yourself, you force them to climb the mountain to reach you. You force them to invest time, effort, and energy to get your attention. And the more they invest, the more valuable you become in their eyes. Stop being the nice guy who is always there. always understanding, and always available. That man is a doormat, and doormats get stepped on. Be the man who has a mission. Be the man who checks his phone twice a day, not every 2 minutes. Be the man who says no because he has higher priorities. This shifts the frame of the relationship. Suddenly, you are not the one seeking approval. You are the one granting it. You are the judge, not the contestant. When you treat your time like gold, others will learn to treat it with respect. But if you treat your time like trash, do not be surprised when they throw it away. Become the prize, and the chasing stops. The mirror effect. Let us discuss the mechanics of interaction. There is a simple rule you must adopt immediately to stop chasing. It is called the mirror effect. The rule is simple. Never invest more energy than you receive. Never give $1 to someone who only gives you a penny. Look at your text messages right now. This is where the truth hides. If you are sending 3 long paragraphs explaining your feelings, and they reply with okay or cool, you are losing. You are overinvesting in a bankrupt stock. You are flooding them with attention that they have not earned. When you do this, you signal that your time is worthless and that you are desperate for their approval. The mirror effect means you match their energy exactly. If they take 4 hours to reply, you take 4 hours to reply. If they give you a short, dry answer, you give them a short, dry answer. If they are enthusiastic and engaged, then and only then do you return that enthusiasm. You simply reflect back to them exactly what they are giving you. Why is this effective? Because it removes the pressure. It shows them that you are not a fan trying to impress a celebrity. You are an equal. It also forces them to step up. When they realize that you have stopped carrying the conversation, they will feel the silence. They will feel the drop in energy. And if they want that energy back, they will have to work for it. They will have to initiate. They will have to ask questions. Many of you try to compensate for their lack of interest by trying harder. You think, maybe if I am funnier or nicer or more persistent, they will like me. This is a lie. You cannot negotiate genuine desire. You cannot convince someone to value you by debasing yourself. By trying harder when they pull back, you are chasing a car that is driving away. Stop running. Stand still. Use the mirror. If they pull back, you pull back. If they go ghost, you go ghost. Do not ask, why are you being quiet? Do not send the double text of shame. Just mirror their behavior. Often, when you stop trying to fix the silence, they will panic and come back to you. And if they don't, then you have your answer. They were never yours to begin with, and because you mirrored them, you kept your dignity intact. You did not beg. You simply matched the energy and walked away with your head high. The art of indifference. The hardest part of stopping the chase is not the action itself. It is the internal battle. Your ego will scream. When you pull back and they do not immediately chase you, you will feel a sharp sting of rejection. You will want to break. You will want to send an angry text, post a sad quote on your story, or try to make them jealous. You must do absolutely none of these things. You must master the Stoic art of indifference. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be like the rock that the waves crash against. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it." If you stop chasing and they walk away, let them walk. Do not react. Do not show anger. Do not show sadness. If you react emotionally, you validate their power over you. You show them that they can control your mood from a distance.
Просто вдихай, видихай
That
легенько.
is slavery.
Да.
True power is
Добре.
being ghosted and not losing
Вдихай,
a
видихай.
single minute
Подивися
of
в ту
sleep
сторону
over it.
чуть-чуть, в ту сторону.
You must adopt the
Отак.
mindset of abundance.
Розвертайся до мене.
There are 8 billion
І
people
витри
on
воду
this
з лиця,
planet.
витри рукою.
The idea that this one
Знімай
person
окуляри.
is the only source of your
Знімай і витирай,
happiness
дай мені
is a
їх.
delusion
Витирай,
created by
витирай
your
лицо.
scarcity mindset. When you realize that you are capable of generating your own happiness and that there are endless opportunities waiting for you, The fear of loss evaporates. Never let them see you bleed. If you are hurting, you take that pain to the gym. You take it to your business. You take it to your journal. But you never ever show it to the person who rejected you. To them, you must remain unbreedable. You are fine with them, and you are fine without them. This indifference is not an act. It must become your reality. When you genuinely do not care if they stay or go, you become dangerous. People are terrified of someone they cannot manipulate. Your lack of reaction is the ultimate power move. It forces them to question their own value, while you remain solid, unmoved, and focused on your path, the shift. When you apply these laws, when you embrace silence, when you manufacture scarcity, and when you become willing to walk away, a strange phenomenon occurs. I call it the shift. For years, you may have been the one initiating, the one caring, the one worrying. But the moment you genuinely detach, the energy vacuum you create forces the other person to lean in. Suddenly, the texts start coming to you. The invitations appear. The people who ignored you suddenly find you fascinating. They will sense that you are no longer under their spell. They will sense that you are on a path that does not require their permission. But here is the ultimate irony of the law of detachment. By the time they finally come back to chase you, you often will not want them anymore. You will have tasted the freedom of self-reliance. You will have realized that the validation you were begging for was cheap and meaningless compared to the respect you now have for yourself. This is the final victory. Not getting them back, but realizing you never needed them in the first place. Your life is not a waiting room for other people. It is a kingdom that you must build brick by brick. Stop looking for a savior. Stop looking for a better half. You are already whole. Focus on your mission. Focus on your body. Focus on your bank account. Become a man so formidable, so driven, and so complete that people are lucky just to be in your orbit. The sun does not chase the planets. The sun burns with such intensity that the planets have no choice but to revolve around it. Be the sun. Burn bright. Stay focused. And let the gravity of your success do the work for you. If you are ready to stop chasing and start building, then you are in the right place. Subscribe to The Disciplined Mind. We are the few who refuse to beg for scraps. We take what is ours. Now put down the phone, step into the silence, and let them come to you.